Hi, I'm currently back from Thanksgiving to tell you about Halloween. I have to make an October video because I'm morally obligated to. You see, in this video here, I told you that I'd make a video on how I make my videos. So there I was in the shower. Like all good ideas start. So did this one. I was the thinker. I was really thinking. Alright, what if I got a bunch of Touhou characters and they'd all show up at Reimu's door for Halloween? Actually, that'd be a lot of work. Alright, one character. Rumia. With all that said, here's a tutorial I created a few weeks prior. Alright, I'm making this just to give detail on the videos I make and how I do them. This is more if you want to just do this yourself. This is just the basic ideas of what I do, and also just entertaining, because I have a story to tell. For example, it's Koishi. You didn't even notice her, but she's there. She's in the animation. The video will be in the link description. So the first step I really did was first just choosing assets, because typically in my videos I use Reimu 12.3, but I decided to use 15.5 because it was better to edit. Now, also, Rumia, I had to choose between these two, and I eventually just chose this one. She looked nicer, and once again, she also had a bit more detail, so I could go ahead and edit it more. Then after that, so originally with this, I have to go back a few steps, because editing these sprites were not my first intention. My first intention was I was gonna make my friend create all of the character illustrations. So here is the original video I sent my friend. And he responded back with, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing this. Go do it yourself. You don't need a Halloween video." So then I decided to go and edit the sprites. So I basically just took the images I already told him to make, and I just made them myself. I took the sprites I talked about earlier that I decided to choose, and then I added them in Piscal. After that, I just inserted these images into the scene, and next came probably the hardest part was this stupid little candy. Like, my god, this thing sucked. Because okay, let me explain something you can do in Blender. There's a really cool feature where you can go to previous projects, highlight it, Control-C, Control-V, and it will perfectly paste that object. Like, you don't need to export it or anything. But I made a mistake with the yin-yang, because this yin-yang, the animation I took it from, Mr. Kills Reimu, it was already spinning, so I had to make it not do that. But I didn't realize it was spinning until after I already finished the entire candy. So then it was really wonky. Because in the video, before Reimu takes the candy, off screen, this is what the candy's doing. Off screen, this yin-yang is just spinning the entire time until eventually it needs to be in frame, so I force it. I have to add all of these keyframes to then force the yin-yang to not spin and just stay, because for some reason the keyframes that were making it spin are just not here, and yet it's spinning. Jack-o'-lanterns, I took from Sketchfab. This shrine is just what every other YouTuber used, so it's like, I'm just gonna use this. Candy basket is literally just that pumpkin, and I added this candy basket is literally just those jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, except I filled it in with a second jack-o'-lantern, and I added some candy on top. I thought of making all this candy like Touhou themed, but I couldn't be bothered, honestly, so yeah. Now, this is another thing. These light models, they look so bad. What I was trying to do, I was trying to originally, let me take it. Originally, I was trying to make like pumpkin themed lights. So I drew out this, and I was just gonna have the pumpkin. But then instead of making a pumpkin, like it was supposed to look like, it just made a circle. And I was like, this can't be a pumpkin. So I just said, you know what, screw it. And I made it into a light bulb. That's pretty much the entire process. I could just want to talk about how I make a sprite like this. All I do is I go to Spider's resource, I download the sprite, I go to Photoshop, I get rid of all the blue, and then I take pictures of all of them. So in this case, just these 3 images. And then I go to After Effects, just paste the 3, line them up, and then just paste a ton of them for like 2 minutes. And then I just export it under current settings and AVI with, and I go into Blender, hit images to planes. Let's do like just Reimu for an example, and then I hit closet so that it imports exactly how it should, and then plop her down right there, and then yeah, that's how you do it. I'm finishing up this video, and I'm realizing I didn't really get that much into like a tutorial. I stated what I did to make the video, but I didn't really state what I use. I guess I want to just quickly say that I use After Effects to get the sprite images. I use Mugen to download some zips, and then Spider's resource if zips are not available. For example, some of the 15.5 characters. I talked about Piskel, but yeah, it's a good site if you want to just edit the sprites and then download them as PNGs. Of course, Blender, if you want to learn Blender, I'd recommend the donut tutorial. That's how everyone learns. The guy who makes them is just now putting out for Blender 4.0, and I'd highly check it out if you want to learn. That's honestly probably the best advice I can give from this video, is that video recommendation. Once again, I highly doubt it's gonna like really inspire anyone, but for anyone that is trying to get into creations like these, it's really good to just know these resources. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, that's it.